from Papeterie de Choix. Now in this project I don't have a prototype made yet, but I'm going to show you what we're going to be using. So this is rolls of wallpaper. This is like a thin vinyl coat with like a paper backing, and if you put water on it I'm sure it would be sticky. It's got a little bit of age to it. This is a little bit newer. Same thing, but this is very slick and smooth. And then this is what inspired this. This is all I have other than the piece I've already cut off. I absolutely love this paper. It's got a texture to it. It looks almost like a leather. It has that real old world feel to it, and this piece and the small piece I've already cut to do the project is all I have of this one. I wish I had rolls and rolls of this. Yeah, so let me put these aside and give you an idea of what we're doing. So, as you know, when I upload a video for a journal I've made, I put it in a playlist called Festivals and Fairs. And in the past week, I have been asked to participate in another fair, and I really need to make stuff. I just need to make. But one of the things that I want to have is smalls, something that almost anyone can afford, something that don't cost a lot of money, just lower double digits, that sort of thing. And so I have tons of this wallpaper, and I have tons of some of the other things I'm going to show you. And so what I want to do with these three pieces that I've got out is I basically want to make a play on a traveler's notebook type, like a little one signature thing, just and I'm going to call it a purse journal, to make your grocery lists or write stuff down, whatever. And I just want to make a handful of those to have to sell, just as smalls. And so I thought this would be a good project to do this in. So what I'll be doing is I have torn, you see all this was on rolls. I've torn some paper 8 3/4 inches tall, and then just whatever the width is, and I'm going to glue the wrong sides together like this, and it's going to be whatever it is. And then once we glue it together, I'm going to rip the outside edges, because I think it'll look really good with the torn look. We're going to fold it in half, and I'm going to tear down some pieces of coffee dyed paper. When I make coffee dyed paper, I usually make multiples of 5 at a time, and because I don't know how many I'm going to use, and then I'll use some, and then if I have some left over, you know, they're oddballs. So I'm going to take some of my odd pages and make a journal. And so this is the one that I'm kind of using as my show and tell as far as the process. But this is the one that I want to make. So now it's going to be a little noisy because it's paper, and paper is noisy. So it's going to go this way. And so the first thing I'm going to do is just fold it basically in half, like this. And it don't matter if it's a little bit uneven, because one side's going to be the inside and one's going to be the outside, and I'll just rip the edges to, because it don't have to be exactly the size of a traveler's notebook, but that's just roughly what I'm going with. And I'm going to use that right there just to hold it down. And then I'm just going to take my glue, and I'm going to just glue it up really, really good. I'm going to start with this, and then I think I'm going to come in with my homemade Mod Podge top glue. In fact, I think I'm just going to do that right now because I don't think just that little bit of glue is going to hold that well, so we're going to find another way of attack here to get this down so it sticks together, because it is wallpaper. It's meant to have something on the back of it, isn't it? I think it's supposed to be water, but oh well, it's got water in it. And alright, I can move you. I believe you're going to stay down for a minute. Let me just make sure I haven't missed any spots. Okay, that looks better. See, I should have done that to start with. Now, why, yeah, look at that. Much better. Okay, but now of course it has to dry. But I'm going to make it just as flat as I possibly can and put the lid back on my glue while I press it out. And then, how much glue do I actually have on that? Just a little bit. I think it'll live through it. Okay. I'm going to use my homemade tear ruler, and I'm going to attempt to tear this while it's still wet with glue, and I just want it enough to get the other side. And I want to tear it this way because I want the white showing. I want some rough edges on the outside. So we'll see if I get what I want. Well, so far so good. Alright, that's exactly what I was looking for. I already have it on the bottom, so that looks good. I just need to even up the top and do this side. So, it's going to be about, I'm going to guesstimate, that's right there. Come back over here and do it from this side. I probably should have given myself just a little bit more room, but it's working, sort of, kind of. We'll do it the old-fashioned way and just rip it without a ruler. I mean, what did we do in the days before tear rulers? We just did it a little bit at a time. Okay, I'm happy with that. Alright, and now we just need to do this side. And alright, now what we have is this. That's a little big. Turned out to be a little bigger than I thought. So let me measure, because a traveler's notebook is, it's 8 and whatever tall and 4 3/4 wide, which is just under 10 inches. But that is actually wider than I want. The height's okay. I'm going to take a strip off of it and make it a little narrow. I'd rather have it about like that. So I'm going to take a little bit off right here, about like that. And I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not measuring it by any means. But I definitely like that better, except it goes this way. So what I can do with this is I can put this on the inside as a giant belly band to hold stuff. Alrighty, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put that like that. Let's see where we are with it. Just about like that. Alright. And I'm not going to use this anymore. I think this might be the only one I actually do on camera, because ultimately it's going to be the same thing. And it is quite cumbersome in this small space I have. So I am going to pause the camera while this dries and get some paper ready, and then come back with some paper and we will sew it together, or sew it in, and just make a little a purse journal or a grocery list cover, something to that effect. Anyway, I'll be back shortly. So I got to go in here and forgot to turn the camera on, but all I've done is torn some coffee dyed paper down, or in the midst of tearing it down, just to fit this little booklet here. I can use that for something else. This is some really dark paper that I don't know, I did this paper a good while back and hadn't used very much of it. And what I did was I just closed this and used it as a guide. So there we go. There's that little booklet of sorts. I'm going to lay that right there to hold that down. Okay, we're going to sew this signature in, and we're just going to eyeball it right here. Just kind of find the middle there, come in roughly an inch, and put that through, and then roughly an inch here, and put that one through. This awl, I think it's actually an ice pick, but it's got texture on it, and sometimes it don't want to let go. And so let me undo this thread, or whatever it is, here. And thread my little needle. And in through the middle, or maybe it's out through the middle, not in through the middle. I guess it's in and out. It's an in and out going through. Now, if this doesn't go right back through where I put it out, then looky there. When my daddy plays a guitar, he always holds his mouth funny, and my mama, if he misses a chord, she'll say, "You weren't holding your mouth right." So sometimes when I don't do this exactly right, it's like, well, I'm not holding my mouth right. Okay. Let's see if I can get this back through here without splitting the thread. Sometimes it just works and sometimes it don't. But that looks alright on that end. This is really good. I don't know if it's like baker's twine or what it is, but it almost will not break, but it is easy to split. So, but it looks like I might have done it. Yay. Now, I'm going to leave those hanging for now because I might put something on them later. Okay. Now, the other thing I have a whole bunch of is these. I have little leather cords, and I have this raffia of all different kinds. I think this is actually the real thing, but it might not be, I don't know. But anyway, I have a whole bunch of just string and cords that I just don't use. And so I really envisioned this little project with this brown leather string. Well, it says it's fake suede. So this vinyl that looks like suede on it. And so I'm going to give myself about that. I want to wrap it about 3 times. Like so. And give myself a little bow or something. And that right there is what I'm going to make a bunch of out of this wallpaper. Just doing exactly the same process and get me at least a dozen or so out of, I'm going to use the rest of this one. I just love this wallpaper. I just love how it feels, even if it does feel like vinyl. I just love it. Anyway, I could stand it. It's just like I just love it all night long. But anyway, this is the project using pieces of wallpaper and some coffee dyed paper that I had some extra left over, and some leather, fake suede that I've had this at least 2 years and never done anything with it. So that's what tonight's project is about, is just a little notebook, just a little purse book. Alright, well, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in another video in a week.